I was let down by the Krabby Patty, but this time I'm making what I believe to be the best pizza growing up. It's the Goofy Movie pizza, or the pizza from the Goofy Movie. We're going to essentially just follow the yeast packet instructions for the dough, but let's get started. I need 2/3 cup of very warm water. Do that for a minute first. I need 1 cup of flour. I'll add more flour later as well, but 1 cup to start. This is what I add my yeast packet to for now. This is specifically pizza crust yeast. It's supposed to be super fast and only take 30 minutes to make a pizza. So there's our yeast. I got my instructions here for what to continue to add to it. 1 cup flour, yeast, sugar, and salt. I'll also put the instructions in my description. I just need to combine these. Make sure the water is plenty hot. We'll do 30 more seconds. Next is 3 tablespoons of oil. And our water. Mix for about a minute. We want everything to be mixed in, want it to be smooth, want the yeast to start to get activated by the hot water. I remember watching the Goofy Movie and seeing this pizza and thinking it looked like the most incredible pizza. Looking at the pictures of it now, looks much less incredible, but we're gonna give it a shot. I feel like it's harder to have a bad pizza than it is to have a bad burger, which the Krabby Patty wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. I feel like this will at least meet the requirement for good. Can already smell the yeast and flour. Okay, it's been about a minute. Now it does call for about another cup of flour. This one we gradually add until it is able to form into a ball, because we don't want to add more liquid to it. But we want it to be slightly less sticky, still a little bit sticky, but just a little less. And I may have already added too much flour, but I think I just need to keep combining here for a little bit. Okay, instructions say to continue to add flour until it forms into a ball and it is slightly sticky. It is actually a little more than slightly sticky right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour. I was actually kind of surprised at how warm the dough was when I touched it. Still feeling pretty sticky. I'm gonna add more flour again. I'll add what I have left in here. This wasn't a full cup that I filled this up with, but I don't think I'll need more. I'm gonna say that's good for our dough here. I don't wanna do too much because I'm gonna flour our surface right here and start kneading this. And I want to do it for about 4 minutes until it is a little elastic. Surface needs to be floured, and my hands need to have flour on it, on them. Okay, let's give it a go. I've never kneaded dough before. I believe you just kind of fold it over itself and push. If you know how, please comment how I'm supposed to knead dough. I'm sure there's plenty of videos that explain it, but I did not try to figure that out beforehand. But I need to do this for about 4 minutes. The dough is starting to feel a little bit thicker. Oh, well, now I'm gonna have to clean up that flour. The dough is starting to feel a little bit thicker, which is exactly what we're wanting right now. I can definitely tell that because it's the gluten-free flour, it's not as shapeable. So I just want to make sure that I do that here on my floured surface before I put it on my pan. I think I'm pretty close to my pan size. So I've also got parchment paper on top of my pan. I don't want it to stick to the pan. Transferring this to the pan though, probably should have done this part on the pan. Here we go. Giant spatula. Okay, we're on, but definitely need to shape this a little bit better now. Pretty good in size there now. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Before we do get too much further, I want to add a garlic butter. And this is gonna go directly on the crust before any sauce or anything like that. Put an onion and I'll sprinkle Italian seasoning on top. While I'm waiting on the butter, I'm also going to poke some holes into our crust here. This will just help prevent the bubbles from happening that you get when you like order pizza. There'll be a huge bubble that might be pushing some of the toppings around. Okay, I still have a piece of butter in here that isn't fully melted, but I don't want it to blow up in my microwave. So I'm just going to grab my brush and baste the crust. Get our Italian seasoning real quick on the crust. Now the most important thing for this is the cheese pull. So we're gonna try to manufacture that a little bit. Before we put any sauce down, we're gonna put some cheese down to cover the bottom and make sure that we are getting that cheese pull. And we're not gonna fully cover everything, but we'll get it in most places there. I think that'll be good. Now we can get our sauce. I think that's actually pretty good. Do some more cheese. Grab our pepperoni. It is kind of crazy that this was like the pizza that looked amazing when it was really just a pepperoni pizza, but the cheese on it is what really sent it over the edge. we'll do a little more cheese, and we'll do a few more pepperoni on top. Instructions on the yeast packet said 12 to 15 minutes. Crust is pretty thick, so we'll go 15. And we'll see if that's good. I added a few more minutes because I don't know if this crust is ready. It doesn't really look like it, but everything else is. So I'm gonna cut it now. Okay, so I cut it now. I'm actually gonna put it back in the oven. I just turned off the oven. But I'm gonna have it in the oven for a few more minutes just to get the cheese to kind of like remelt and combine back together, so that when I do lift it, hopefully it came back together enough that it gives us a cheese pull. We'll find out in a few minutes. It does look like it recombined a tiny bit, but here is the moment of truth. Well, toppings didn't come off. So I think the problem was cooking it too long. The instructions didn't say to pre-bake or blind bake the crust, which I probably should have done anyways, even though it wasn't on the instructions, because I'm still nervous. I don't know if the crust is necessarily done. It's also falling apart. So not a great showing for gluten-free crust there. But let's give it a taste at least. Super hot. I also feel like I can taste the crust too much. So I think a lot of personal error, not necessarily the pizza itself. I think I just failed to recreate the Goofy Movie pizza, so to rank it, I guess I failed out of 10. Let me know what else I should try.